Please join me in welcoming your student speaker, Jacob Thomas Whitman.
I'm okay. No, you stay. I'm fine.
Good afternoon, everyone. I want to thank Chancellor Yang, Dean Oliver, the UCSB administration, and distinguished faculty for everything you've done for us over the years. I'd also like to thank the parents, the family members, and the friends for joining us here on this momentous occasion. Thanks.
What did he say?
And finally, fellow Gauchos, class of 2009, we made it. Before I begin, I want to talk about the tragedy that happened recently in our own Isla Vista. Noah Crum, a week before he was to be seen among us today, died in a terrible and heartbreaking accident. Noah was a good friend of mine and so many others in our community, and he had an incredible positive impact on everyone he met. I've never met a person who enjoyed every hour of every day of his life more, and it pains me that he died at such a young age. I ask that everyone keep him and his family in your thoughts during this tough time. With that, let's please take a moment of silence for Noah Crum. Thank you. Over the last week, in light of Noah's death, I've been thinking a lot about the appreciation I have for my experiences over the last 4 years. A year ago today, I was in my first week of a 6-week stay living in a rural village in Thailand. I thought I'd learned the language pretty well after living in Bangkok for 5 months with the Education Abroad program. It turns out I didn't know quite as much as I thought I did. I hit a communication wall a mile high when I arrived in the village. The local people knew no more than a handful of English words, and their Thai dialect was rugged and difficult to understand. My first week in the village was extremely difficult. I desperately wanted to communicate with them, but I just didn't have the capacity to do so. I found myself withdrawing from my host family as the language barrier became more and more frustrating. After this first week, though, I had a personal breakthrough. I realized I could either passively let the days roll by until the 6 weeks were up, or I could go do something about it. So I took out my little Thai dictionary I had with me and started studying for hours and hours every day. It was a true challenge, a test of endurance. I fought through it for weeks, but pretty soon I was actually able to joke around with the kids and play with the kids and talk to local people about their lives. We'll all face tremendous challenges in our lifetimes. Each one's unique, and each one forces us to think outside the box. Whether it's navigating the unknown, dealing with an uncooperative boss, or the death of a loved one, we must use our willpower to endure and try to learn something in the process. If there's one thing I've learned from Noah, it's not to take anything for granted, as life is fragile and can slip away at any moment without warning. I come from out of state. I graduated high school in Cincinnati, Ohio, so my perspective coming in as a freshman was probably a little bit different than most of yours. I was more than 2,000 miles from where I grew up for the very first time in my life. Although my father lived out here part-time, I didn't know a single person here at UCSB. I couldn't tell you the first thing about California geography. I'd never even seen a person surf. I still called board shorts a bathing suit. The first time I heard the term beach cruiser, I actually thought it was someone who walked up and down the beach looking for something to do. But I was welcomed into this university with open arms. I felt at home and became a part of the community. Along with all of you, I've enjoyed every minute of my 4, as Dean Oliver said, maybe 5, 6, I think someone over here said 7, years of college. It's tough to put a finger on what it is about this school that's so great. UCSB is a unique university. It's filled with some of the brightest students from all over the world. The admission standards are high, and the education that they provide us reflects that. At UCSB, we're taught by a world-class faculty. We have professors here who have done some amazing things and are eager to transfer their knowledge to us. Professor Lowe's, the former Chief Financial Officer of Pizza Hut and Taco Bell, showed me how a corporation really works. Professor Juergensmeyer showed us pictures that he took recently on a diplomatic mission in Baghdad himself. 5 of our very own have won the Nobel Prize, and countless others have been recognized at the national and international level for a wide variety of accomplishments. UCSB is also a social school. It's not just filled with the brightest students, but with bright students who enthusiastically picked UCSB as a place to expand their interpersonal skills. At UCSB, we hone these skills on a daily basis. Whether we realize what we're doing or not, spending 4 years roaming DP on the weekends has developed our networking abilities and our communication skills. This aspect is what makes the UCSB student body so vibrant, and I hope that that's never taken away from us. But we're also focused and committed to our education. I've seen many of you out in IV late Saturday night, only to see you studying hard in the library Sunday afternoon. When you're looking for balance, UCSB is it. The ability to communicate with confidence and ease, which we learn from each other, mixed with the critical thinking skills and knowledge our professors taught us, is an incredibly marketable set of skills, especially in the crazy job market that we're jumping into. Yeah, I just mentioned the job market. I know it's on everyone's mind, whether you have a job or not. Most of you here today are in an economics-related major. The majority are business economics. When you declared this major years ago, I'm sure many of you envisioned getting a job in finance, accounting, maybe even investment banking. Didn't quite go the way we all planned, huh? But you know what? We have a great opportunity now to do things we would never have dreamed of before the economy tanked. We're no longer constrained by our majors, and this goes for everybody, not just the business majors, because now we're forced to take chances and dig a little deeper than we would have. I have friends moving out of the country for a while. Others are moving to different states for the very first times in their lives. We have a record number of graduates joining service organizations like the Peace Corps and Teach for America, people who might have chosen a much different path if our situation were different. These are the kinds of risks and experiences that we'll remember forever. We all have it in us. I know that the beaches, the 300 days of summer, the California burritos are hard to leave behind, but I promise you that you'll enjoy every bit of a Philly cheesesteak or a New Orleans jambalaya. Challenge yourself. Realize what UCSB has given you and pursue what you want to do, not what society, friends, or family are pushing you to do. We all have the tools to be the next leaders in this country and around the world. We have the tools to enjoy our youth while doing amazing things to help keep developing as people. I congratulate each and every one of you for making it to this point despite the thousands of distractions that Santa Barbara has to offer. Go find what you're passionate about and do it, even if it's only for a year. I can guarantee that you'll regret it if you don't try. Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you, Jacob. At this time, Chancellor